Hello folks, I'm Jehu Garcia from Rancho Cucamonga, California, and this is an update of my electric BW microbus, 1957 BW microbus. Last time you guys saw this was a video that I made for the Jack Rickard from EVTV, and he aired it 2 weeks ago and put it as a part of his show, which went pretty good, I think. Got a lot of views. I think we got over 2,000 views on that video. It was nice, and basically it explained my background and how was it that I did the crazy decision to convert a 1957 BW panel bus with no windows into a 1957 the Samba microbus, which has all the windows in the world. This is a 23 window bus. The 21 windows were later. The early ones had 23 because they had 2 extra windows in the back and the corners. So that's what this is, and I showed in time-lapse mode what the conversion was like. It's taken me something about 7 months to get it done. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about batteries. I picked up another 37 cells from Balcon here in Long Beach, California. Originally I ordered 4 batteries, and there was a 6-week lead time, so I had to wait for 6 weeks until they would bring them over from China. Well, 7 weeks went by and I couldn't get a hold of them. I emailed them, I went to the website, and they had this live help thing, and I couldn't get a hold of them. So what ended up happening was that I was getting nervous, and then I went there, and then I saw that they had the 90 amp hour batteries, the ones that I had ordered 4 of them, so I can complete my first pack with 37 cells. They had them at the regular price, but they also had them on clearance for $80 a cell, which is really low. It's the lowest I've ever seen. Eventually they did get back to me. It seems like maybe they don't open every day. They just open, like, you know, only Fridays or something. I don't know. And I was able to purchase extra batteries at this $80 per cell. In fact, I asked if I could get all the cells at the $80 price, and I was able to do that. So I bought somewhere around 42 cells, I believe. That's what I got. When I finally got them here, something interesting happened. They came in the boxes strapped together in 4s, and they had all the bolts and washers and nuts and stuff. They didn't have straps, but this is different from the first batch of batteries that I got. They absolutely had nothing. It was just batteries. They showed signs of use. They were a little bit scratched on the bottom, and they're a little bit dirty from the bottom. So they're on clearance. They probably were like test units or something, but they had 150 of them. So maybe they were on a vehicle, or there were something. They've been used on something. They have a manufacture date of 12/11/07. So that means they were November 7 of 2012. So they're about 7 months old, I think. So I don't know what they were doing 7 months, but you know, at $80 or 80 cents an amp hour, I think it's a good deal. I'm gonna try and check out the capacity of each cell with when the time comes, and I find some time to do that, since I have 2 packs. I want to see if there's some cells that are going to be really low. One pack, my first pack, is completely bottom balanced right now. It's around 2.7 volts, ready for charge. And then this second battery pack, I've been just recently trying to get it down. It's fully installed. I installed them. 28 of them went in the gas tank area. So 28 of those cells fit there. And then the extra 9, I managed to put them on the side and then just run cables to them. I'm going to wire these packs eventually in parallel. I bought two 400 amp fuses, and then I mounted them in these Teflon non-conductive little strips, and then I mounted those onto a little aluminum plate, so they fit pretty nicely there, and they're mounted. What else? That's what's happening with the batteries. I'm taking, those are connected right now, and I'm running them down. What I do is I just measure the voltage of all the batteries. Are around 3.3 volts right now, and what I do is I'll go around my neighborhood once, and then I'll come back and then let the batteries sit for an hour or two, and then I check all the voltages again, and then I'll do it again, and then the next day I'll do it again, let them sit overnight, and then just see where they settle and stuff. And so far I haven't really lost a lot of energy. They're still all around 3.3 volts. The pack 37 cells is around 120 volts, and what I'm noticing is that now that I'm running them down, they are sagging a lot more, which means that they're getting towards the end, I think, of their charge. I'm thinking that maybe they are bottom balanced, that they are balanced because they were maybe used on something. So I guess we'll find out. I'm trying to find out which one is the weakest battery, and then that way I can keep an eye on that one, and then as I drive it, just short little distances here, so that I can keep an eye, and once that hits the 2.7 number, then I stop driving this thing and then just bleed the rest of them with the resistive load. I'm going to use a 0.1 ohm 250 watt big resistor that I order on eBay, which should be on its way, and I'll be able to do that. I hope they're really close to bottom balances, because it's gonna save me a lot of time to do that. And if once I get those batteries down, then I'll connect them parallel. They're not connected parallel right now, and then I'll charge them up, and then do some tests to see what's going to be the final number as far as miles that I can get out of them. So that's on batteries. What else do I have going here? Yes, I order a EMW Android dashboard. As I remember, you featured this back in some old episode about 2 years ago, and you weren't very happy with the thing, but mine seemed to work really good. I don't know if they changed the design on the stuff on the little circuit board, that yours were falling apart, but this one worked really nice. It's a pretty easy installed. I encased the Hall effects sensor and the whole little motherboard in there in a nice little tough plastic box to protect it from the elements. I put it back there in the engine compartment and stuff. The only bad thing about that is that it's got some kind of thermistor in the circuit that's supposed to check your battery box or your battery temperature. I have two battery packs. One is underneath my floor of the vehicle, underneath the two panels. So that is going to have a different temperature than the one back there where the motor's at and the gas tank area and stuff. So I really have two packs that are parallel to each other. So there's going to be two different temperatures. So it was not going to work. So I just decided to protect it and put it in a box. Maybe I'll go in there and try to see where the thermistor is at, and maybe extract it, take it off, and put some leads on it, and then change that, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll use two sensors, or I'll use that to report temperature of something else, maybe like the motor. For display, I'm gonna be using a brand new Android device. It's the Samsung Tab 7 or Tab 3, the 7-inch one. I don't know much about Android stuff. I have Apple devices, you know. I have Apple computers and iPhones and stuff. I fell in love with them from the very beginning, at least 10 years ago, with my first Apple computer that I bought. So I bought the 7-inch, the brand new one. It was just released last week, and I waited till midnight that night so I can purchase it. And so I bought that, and it's right here installed. I cut a big hole in this one plate here on the center section of my this. It's an air duct thing that this thing has. The 957 BW microbuses didn't have AC units, so they have this air scoop and built into the ceiling here, into the roof, and it scoops up air. It uses the windshield to drive up air into two little intakes in there, and then this thing drives it. You have a system of levers and stuff to open up little gates, so to let air in or out, to let air in here to the driver and passenger, or to let it go back there for passengers. Anyways, there's a big room in there. There's a lot of room in this big flat plate, so I use that to make a big hole. You can use it to put instruments in there. A lot of people, you know, usually put gauges and stuff for their high performance gas engines and stuff, but you know, I'm doing it for my electric vehicle. So I'm using this Samsung 7-inch tablet to display a lot of stuff on the battery. It displays power and horsepower. It keeps an amp hours counter, and you know, so you can reset it, and then it tells you how many amps you've drawn out of your battery pack, which is nice because it's gonna let me check my state of charge, and you know, it calculates watt hours per mile, which is pretty cool. Right now, just from the last drive that I took, it calculated 383 watts per mile, which is good. If I can keep it under 400, I think I'm gonna get some good mileage out of this guy. My voltage 120, and then it's the charge percent. I also, let me see what else I have in here. Oh yeah, I have to power this via USB. So what I did is I used a little Chinese little power supply that has a nice little LED thing. It shows you with the little button, it shows you the input voltage, and then it shows you the output voltage. And I installed that back there, and I just ran a cable to this thing in here, and then I just basically just solder a little USB socket to it, and that's how I'm charging this thing, or it's just always going to be connected to power, and so it's never going to use the battery. I plan to also install a few of these USB connectors you know, around my car, because really all the modern devices that we use are USB, like my phone, you know, some of these tiny little cameras that I like to use, like the GoPros, they're charged via USB. And so I'm going to put USB plugs in here so I can charge them. I'm going to try and find ways to do it so that I don't have to actually modify the car or make holes on the actual dash here or something. So I'll figure out. But my plan is to get all that from that little power supply, which it's able to supply, I think, 10 watts or something like that. So that's that one. Oh, another thing is this dashboard thing has a very nice feature where it lets you use 3 external circuits to drive. 2 of them are to drive LEDs or lights, or maybe a relay, so you can actually use regular. But I'm gonna use LEDs because they draw little power and they're efficient and stuff. And one of them, it lets you know when it's 100% charge. And what I want to plan and doing is maybe running that back there where the socket is going to be, where I charge the thing, and the J1772 plug that I'm going to put in there. and have it run red while it's charging, and then once it gets to 100% full, then it'll change to green, sort of like the Tesla Model S's. They have this little ring that changes colors and it tells you. So basically I'll be able to walk by the car and just quickly take a glance at this thing and look. If it's red, it's not done charging. If it's green, then it's charging. This way I can walk into my garage in the morning and see it, and if it's still red or no color, if it's off, it's basically not charging. If it's red, it's charging. If it's green, then I'm ready to go. It's fully charged battery. That's why I plan on doing that. It works up pretty good. I did the wiring. I put the 4.7K resistor on just a regular LED, and it works fine. The third circuit is to drive an electromagnetic gas. What is it? Electromechanic gas gauge, which this 1957 BW bus has. And the problem is that it has it uses pulse width modulation, I think, circuit that drives that, and it has different settings. It's got 8 settings that change the frequency, I believe, to be able to drive this thing. And I hooked it all up, and then I ran through the settings and stuff, and nothing seemed to work. It seems like maybe I had a dead gas gauge here and stuff. So I took it out of the car, and as soon as I did that and it started working, it starts moving once it gets past half full, and then like 3/4, then it shows a quarter here, and then at full it shows, my gas gauge shows half full. So there's something wrong there, you know. The values, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Maybe like devise another little circuit to connect that one. And obviously the frequency, none of the frequencies work quite well with this one. The other thing is that as soon as I put it, this thing is it goes grounded because it's got a little light in there, 12-volt light to light it up. So it needs to be grounded, but it causes a problem because when I ground it, then it just goes automatically all the way down to empty. So somehow it's causing the ground to the chassis thing is causing a short or something. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to kind of mess with that and see first what I need to get it to resolution to work right, to go all the way full and empty, and then second, maybe somehow isolate it so that it's not touching, like it's designed to now, touch the ground, the chassis of the car. So that's that. What else? All right, the charger. Originally I bought a charger. I didn't really want to get one of these $3,000-$4,000 chargers like the Manzanita or the I know the Elcons are like, you gotta send them to be program, and I just didn't like that whole thing because I change my mind so often. I can't make up my mind and then I change it. It doesn't seem like it's the right thing, even though they're the least expensive. And you know, at 3-4 kilowatts, it's gonna take a long time to charge. I'd like to be able to say I can charge my car in under 2 hours or something like that. So the only way to do that was to get a bigger charger, and really there's no really big, more than 5 kilowatts, and then after that it goes really expensive. So what I did was found this Electric Motor Works, the open source 10 kilowatt charger. So I bought that. I bought the kit. It was about $1,000. I have a little bit of experience putting the electronic stuff together and just have a basic knowledge of how electronics work, and so I thought I was up for the challenge to do that. And oh boy, was I over my head. I put it together, and it was pretty frustrating because there was just not a lot of. The instructions are just meant for people that really know this stuff inside out, I think. I spent a lot of time just scratching my head trying to figure out what he was talking about in these instructions. There's a lot of stuff that that it's assumed that you as a builder know this stuff, and he does tell you to go and read a book so you understand the principles of this, the high-powered electronics and stuff, which I should have done, but I didn't. Anyways, I finally was able to put it together. It didn't work. So then I went back and then I found, you know, one mistake, and I'm like, oh, okay, here's the thing, and then I fixed that, and then, you know, tried it again. It didn't work. So I found a lot of mistakes. I mean, there was like 4 or 5 mistakes that I made. Once I fixed them, the unit's still not working. I basically ran out of stuff to check. I you know, basically try to get some, you know, Valerie was nice enough to answer all these questions that I had, even though some of them are kind of stupid. So that's where I'm at right now. I've been struggling with this thing for like 2 months or something with this charger. Haven't been able to get it done. That's why my car's, I haven't been able to get a full charge. I haven't been able to charge my batteries at all, actually. And now I'm getting really quite close to EvCon, and I needed to get it done. So what I did was just order a fully functional, you know, fully put together charger. And this is a water cool unit, and it's got the, you know, PFC circuit in front of it, so that, you know, so the full thing. I just got one. He had one sitting there, and he was supposed to send it. I think he probably sent it on Friday, so today is Sunday. I'll probably get here tomorrow, and then I'll do that. So that's my ordeals with the charger. I think with time I eventually will figure that other charger on, and my plan is to make a nice case out of aluminum. I know how to design, you know, aluminum cases and stuff for electronics and stuff. That's what I've been doing for the past 2.5 years, 3 years at Jag 35. Something that looks nice and shiny and attractive and stuff, and I don't know, you know, well, maybe I'll make a few of them and offer them to some people that might want to put their charger on a nice little custom made aluminum case and stuff. So hopefully maybe tomorrow these are all fixed and I'll be able to charge my batteries and then get it out there. Another thing that I'm talking that has happened in here, I originally had set up some temporary things to hold my controller, just some plexiglass little stands that go on top of the motor and stuff, but yeah, as many suggested right away, is that I was gonna see some overheating of my controller, and sure enough, just going down the street, just going down, you know, a couple miles down the street here, and yeah, you know, the controller was starting to cut back, and I was starting to lose power. So once I checked the temperature, yeah, it was really hot. I think it was like 80 or 90 degrees Celsius or something, which is really, really hot. And so what I did is I eventually want to put, since I just got a charger that is going to be water cooled, I want to use the water cool system, the liquid cool system that I'm going to use for the charger, also to run the controller. So I'm probably going to buy one of those chill plates, either from you guys, or I know EV West also has another plate. I don't know, I'll just have to choose one and use it and stuff. And so that's as far as what we got going on here with my car today. I also have to install the DC to DC converter. I bought a Meanwell, the little cheapy Meanwell DC to DC, and it runs from 100 to 120 volts AC. And I was doing some math and thinking that maybe it wasn't working. I thought that I was not going to be able to use those because it stops outputting power as soon as you get below 100 volts. But what I didn't realize is that back then when I was testing this thing, I didn't have the full 37 batteries or 36 batteries. I had 28 or something, 26, or I don't know. I didn't have the full battery pack, so it was going under. It was going like 99, 98 volts or something. That's what I had, and it wouldn't work. So I thought, oh man, my working voltage is gonna go below the working voltage of this thing, so that's not gonna work. But now that I'm doing my math correctly, yeah, this thing's at 37 cells at 3.5. It's 129.5 volts. You're probably not gonna see that voltage. You're probably gonna see more like 126 volts, because I'm planning to treat this packs as 36 volt packs, not 37 cell packs. Michael Breen from EV West suggested that when I was talking to him at the local DBW car show. He says if you put an extra battery in there, but you just treat it as a 36 cell pack, then it'll make your battery pack last longer. So that's what I did. I bought 2 extra cells, and so I'm running 37 cells on both packs parallel. So that's what we got going on here. Other than that, I'm getting ready for FCON. It looks like I'm gonna have to actually hop in a car and drive all the way to Missouri, towing this bad boy in the back of me. I think that's the only way that I'm gonna make it to FCON this year. And you know, I'm up for an adventure and stuff. This thing came from Oregon, and then the other one that I bought, another one of these cars, came from Missouri. So we've done the Missouri trip towing a car before. My brother did. It's going to be the first time for me, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, first, I think we're ready for it, and I'm excited about it, and I think that's what we're going to do unless something else comes up last minute kind of thing. So either way, I think you guys are going to see us at FCON. So, all right, this is an update for this week, and I guess next time we'll see you guys who's going to be at FCON. All right.